Today we're going to look at the Smart Fitness Scale from Etekcity. I was looking for a replacement for my tried and true Tanita Body Fat Monitor scale, which has been working very good for several years, but I wanted a new scale that could sync with Apple Health because I'm that kind of lazy. So let's start off and see what's inside the box. This is the Etekcity Smart Fitness Scale model number ESF17. Inside we have your standard warranty card, an instruction booklet for the Smart Fitness Scale, again model ESF17, foam packaging, and this looks even better than in the picture. I like this. This is pretty nice looking. It has a glass surface, which they claim is pretty strong. The sticker here indicates that it has some sort of auto-on functionality, and it recommends that you don't step on a particular corner and you just step in the middle so you don't slip. And in case you were deciding to wear your shoes on it, they don't recommend that either. So you can kind of see the contacts under the glass here to measure your body fat composition. Later in the video I'm going to compare that to the Tanita, which again years ago was one of the more accurate scales for body fat analyzation or analyzing. Let me just take that sticker off. I don't know if it comes with batteries. We'll flip it over. Hey, that's a good sign. It's got a pull tab here. We'll pull that. Slide that out and see what we have. Hey, it comes with 4 AAA Energizer batteries pre-installed. Now look, check that out. Pretty nice display we have. Push down to measure my hand weight here. Now let's change angles here and see how it works. Alright, so I'll just step up here on the Etekcity scale now and see how accurate it gets my weight measurement. Alright, so it has me at 184.4. And then it does this to do a final check, and that's the final weight. And if you're anything like me on the first run through, you'd be panicking and thinking that your scale doesn't support body fat analysis because for my other scale, I'm used to that showing here. Turns out you need to download the VeSyncFit app in order to display that information. So don't worry and don't freak out yet. But before we go over and do that, I'll check my weight on the Tanita body fat scale and see if they come close. Okay, so now to check against the Tanita scale. This one also measures body fat. And here it has me at 185. I think the difference is that the Tanita only does about half-pound increments. So they're pretty close. Let's get the VeSyncFit app from the App Store now. Okay, to start off, it looks like it's asking to specify what kind of weight increments you want, whether that be kilograms or pounds or stone. You can choose your height in inches or centimeters. And you have to create an account. Once you create an account, use a password on the VeSyncFit Health app. It will then ask you to go into your sources in your Apple Health Kit and VeSyncFit, and you can turn on the categories to allow data access here. Now to pair the VeSync app with your Apple phone, what you need to do is go to the plus sign here in the upper corner, and it's supposed to go ahead and start it into discovery mode. However, in my case, it just magically detected the scale already, and it shows up under device management, just like you're supposed to, but that's pretty cool. So what you're supposed to do now, if it's all synced up, is just step on the scale with bare feet, and it does like this live readout from the scale onto the app, which is pretty neat. And once it gets the final weight, let's see what happens. It gives the rest of the numbers. So in the case of this scale, I'm getting a 14.8% reading, where the Tanita was telling me 12.5. This actually does a really nice breakdown showing you your weight, your BMI, and your body fat numbers. It has your fat-free body weight, which would be how much you weigh without fat. It tells you how much subcutaneous fat, just below your skin, as well as visceral fat. It gives you an explanation of your body water percent, your skeletal muscle, and your muscle mass. It also gives you your bone mass and protein breakout. It'll give you your BMR, or base metabolic rate. So it'll tell you how many kcal you actually will use in a day. And it gives you your metabolic age, which if that's in years, I'm doing pretty good. So the Tanita body fat percent scale gave me a lower body fat percent reading. I think that might be due to the athlete mode calculation that it has. I'm not sure if that's more or less correct, but that's pretty close. Body fat calculations outside of a medical setting vary widely regardless. If it's within a couple percent, that's pretty good. I use it more just to track the relative difference over time, just to see trends. I really like the app breakout of all the different specs that I didn't have before, and I like that it syncs with the Apple Health. So now if I skip over to Apple Health, it has my body measurements in there, and it all synced up from the Vsync app. So here's a side-by-side comparison of the Tanita Body Fat Monitor Scale Model TBF-622 and the Etekcity Smart Fitness Scale Model ESF17. The Etekcity sits much lower to the ground than the Tanita, so that should make getting on and off a little bit easier. There's also gripping pads on the bottom to keep it from sliding around on your floor. Probably for most people, the white color will work nicely in a bathroom type setting. So overall, my first impressions here of the Etekcity are positive. I like the app, I like that it syncs with my phone, and really that's the main reason I was upgrading from the Tanita. The Tanita was working fine for many years. As you can see, they're both pretty accurate, but if you're looking for something like me that will sync with your Apple phone without you having to enter any manual numbers, because I don't have time for that in the morning, this will be a great addition. And as always, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. It burns calories.